down! Touchdown, Colorado! And the Buffaloes find the end zone!
How about that?
Beautiful shot so that Colorado can celebrate.
Here comes Ralphie and your Colorado Buffaloes.
Time she'll take it. Maya's good from out top.
Let me hear you, Buff fans!
She's gonna fire the shot. Goal, Buffalo.
Holy cow! What a play by Colorado! And for 3, they made him pay! McKinley comes out and gets an enormous bear hug from Tad Boyle as he knows he's walking off Soxwell-Seth Court for the final time. And the Colorado Buffaloes will put a wrap on the regular season with a victory tonight. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and the Buffaloes pick up win number 20. Well, there's the end of the regular season as the Buffaloes wrap up the regular campaign with a victory at home over Arizona State to finish up 20-7, 14-6 in Pac-12 conference play. Hi, everybody. Voice of the Bus, Mark Johnson. Head coach Tad Boyle. The tournament just around the corner. That's a heck of a nice regular season, though. Under all things considered, you guys wrapped up.
Yeah, I thought the way we finished was great. We would love to have that Oregon game in our pocket and got 5 in a row, but it didn't work out that way. But yeah, I was really proud of the way the guys showed resilience and they bounced back after every really tough loss this year with great attitude and we finished strong, which is nice. It was a little different than last year when we kind of limped into this tournament. So, but that doesn't guarantee anything. I mean,
right.
It's the difference between the regular season, Mark, and tournament play is in regular season, there's a tomorrow. There's a next game.
Yeah.
Tournament play doesn't work like that. There's no tomorrows.
Considering we've talked about it here on the show, as difficult this has been for everybody kind of navigating a college basketball season, the leadership you got from your upperclassmen, McKinley, Desean, those guys, Evan, you can throw him in there, even though he's a junior, really was phenomenal this year.
It really was. We've got 7 seniors on this year's team that are really phenomenal young men, very good basketball players. We got some juniors, Evan Batty, you mentioned Eli Parquet. So really an upper class group that has really led this team, and our freshmen, I'm hoping, are soaking in, all the lessons that they've learned this year from a leadership standpoint, because that's going to be needed as this program moves forward. But I'm really, really proud of our 7 seniors.
This week, the Pac-12 announced the annual awards that came out in the postseason. We were all kind of keeping our fingers crossed McKinley was going to get Player of the Year. That didn't happen. He's a first-team all-guy. Eli ends up on the all-defensive team. You had Jabari Walker and the all-freshman team. Quick comment about the awards you guys got.
Yeah, individual awards are great, and it's not what we're about, not what we're concerned with. We don't talk about them a lot. It's nice to see your players get recognized. Certainly McKinley is the first player since the 1960s to be a 3-time first-team all-league player.
That?
I mean, when you're matching records from the 60s and it's 2021, that's pretty darn good. Having Jabari on the freshman team for the limited minutes he got, I thought was a great testament to him. McKinley's been a first-team all-defensive player in this league for a couple years now, and he was honorable mention because, Eli and McKinley, I think a lot of coaches, they're not going to vote for both of them. They're going to vote for one.
Kind of cancel each other out.
They kind of cancel each other out. So it's nice to see Eli get that recognition that I think he deserved. We all know, as Buff fans, how good a defender McKinley is, and he is a first-team all-league defender. But so it's nice to see your players get those recognitions when they do.
McKinley Wright goes down as one of the great Buffaloes ever, and after the victory over ASU, we caught up with him and some of his post-game comments.
But I'm happy with the second half, the way we guarded in the second half. We were +1 on the rebounds at halftime and ended +15, so we really guarded and rebounded the ball in the second half. I don't got a lot right now, but I know later on tonight it's going to be hard, man. And this gym meant so much to me, being in this arena, fans, my coaching staff, my teammates, and playing on that floor a lot, man, and practicing on that floor every day. It means a lot to me, man. I'm hurt that it's my last game here, but I left everything I had here. I feel really good about where we are. Besides that first half, I think we played a really good ball game today, and we've been playing really good the last 4 games now. So defense rebounding is what this program hangs our hat on, and tonight we showcased that really well in the second half.
McKinley Wright after the Buffalo's regular season-ending victory over Arizona State, now getting ready as the number 3 seed to take on either Stanford or Cal in the quarterfinals of the Pac-12 Conference Tournament. We continue with Tad Boyle. Nice position to be in, getting a bye out of the first round and wait until the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's the first time it's happened. You know, usually when we're going to Las Vegas, we know our opponent. Yep. We got our scouting report in our pocket. We know what it takes to win the first game, and but this year we don't know who you're playing. So we got the late game, so you get to hang around all day on Thursday, you know, waiting to play that thing. But you know, it's what a testament to this group to have the first bye in school history, and I just hope it's not the last one. I don't think it will be.
No, I don't think so either. So the Buffaloes will take on either Stanford or Cal. Now, when this tournament is over, we hope it ends, by the way, on Saturday night for the Buffaloes. That's the plan anyway. You guys have kind of a unique schedule in terms of the NCAA and how you're going to travel or not travel.
Yeah, you know, Mark, the NCAA put out a lot of protocols in terms of what testing and travel is going to be like, contact tracing, all these sorts of things. And so we've had to make some decisions, you know, as a university to say, okay, what's the best thing for our group of guys, given our travel opportunities. And we've decided we're going to stay on the road. No matter when we're done in Vegas, we're going to stay in Las Vegas. We're going to get off the Strip to an off-site location away from the crowds. We're going to stay safe and healthy, and we're going to practice and we're going to prepare for the NCAA tournament. Selection Sunday will come. We'll fly to Las Vegas, from Las Vegas to Indy, and see what happens.
All right. Well, we can't wait for that. But first, a lot of work to be done in Las Vegas. Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
That's head coach Tad Boyle. He and the Buffaloes will open up on Thursday night. It's a late game, 9:30 Mountain Time. We'll hit the air on the network at 9 o'clock with a pregame show. Coming up next, we're going to talk with one of the seniors, Desean Schwartz, up next. Up now, backs his way down, kick it up top to Schwartz. Head fake, defender goes by, steps right, fires and drills the 3 from down. From 16, fires off the back of the iron. It rattles, it won't go, and a tip up is up. Last 3 from the field. Loud pass to the back door, caught by Schwartz. Head fake, defender goes by, layup is up and good. There's some highlights of one of the 7 seniors for the Colorado Buffaloes as they get that regular season-ending victory over Arizona State to finish 20-7 in the campaign, 14-6 in Pac-12 conference play. Voice of the boss, Mark Johnson. It might be the last time I have him on the show. I may get teary-eyed here. Desean Schwartz. Oh, I remember the days when you walked in here and you were just a young chap, and look at you now. What happened?
I just grew up a few years. I got a little bit of scruffle. I don't have the big afro anymore.
No, not like it was when you got here.
Yeah.
Can you believe how quickly it goes by, though?
Yeah, I didn't believe it when they told me it was going to be this fast. It's crazy.
How about this regular season? You guys finished 20-7. I mean, you consider everyone's dealt with hardship, obviously, with the pandemic and all that you guys went through and how the season was and when you could work out, you couldn't. And here you guys sit at 20-7. And there's probably 2 or 3 games you'd love to have back.
Right.
But overall, you got to feel good about the total package here for this regular season.
Yeah, for sure. This is a great year for us. I think it speaks to our work in the offseason and our focus and sacrifice that we made during the pandemic. Spent a lot of time just with each other trying to make sure that we stayed safe.
Was there a point at some point going into your senior season where you're thinking, I'm not going to have a senior season of college basketball?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I think early May-ish, and it was like, yeah, we don't know what the future holds.
Right. Yeah. What do you like about this roster? What's special about this team? You've been on some great teams since you've been here. Last year was a great team. But what is it that's unique about this squad?
I think it's our depth. We can play so many guys, and we're so connected with any lineup that's in there. And I think that's hard to guard when you got that many dudes.
Have you been trying to appreciate every game this season, or can you not allow yourself to do that?
Oh, yeah. Have to. Not only is it the last season, but any game could be canceled at any point.
Yeah.
So that's a lot you gotta look into.
Well, Desean Schwartz and the Buffaloes still have the Pac-12 Conference Tournament and the NCAA Tournament to look towards. We'll continue with that conversation in a moment. But how about Jesse Mahoney and the CU women's volleyball team getting a victory over number 12 UCLA?
For Colorado, it's kind of been the tale of 2 seasons. They started out 4-0. The last 7 matches have all been against ranked opponents, and they want to get back on track. They have the potential, especially here in their home building. Sends that serve over. And hard-fittingly with another block, Colorado wins it. CU upsetting UCLA here on this Sunday afternoon.
We've had great practices. We haven't given up. We've worked to make some changes and figure out ways that we can get better. And they came out and really just did such a great job, just individually playing with some passion, and especially after going down so big in the first set. And we just kept working at it, won that set, and I think that won the match.
I think coming off that loss on Friday, we had a point to prove that we're gonna get it done, and we just did a really good job of staying focused and sticking with the game plan that our coaches brought out to us. So I think that's really the main reason that we won today.
So a great victory by CU Volleyball as you knock off number 12 UCLA. We continue ahead of the Pac-12 Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, talking with Desean Schwartz. Kind of a unique time here. Normally this time of year when you wrap up the regular season, you got a couple of days, you're heading to Vegas, a full week in between. It's been a time of work for you guys, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We got a few days off after our last game, but we got right back to work, and we're going to be ready to go.
How do you guys view kind of going to this tournament? You get a first round bye. First time Colorado's ever done that. That's a nice little step in the right direction, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We can watch the teams play, kind of scout them a little bit early, and then get right to work.
But unlike normal years when you've gone, you knew who you're going to play. You're going to jump on a plane, head to Las Vegas with not a clue. It's going to be Stanford or Cal. There's no game plan, right, that's been laid out for you at this point.
Yeah, that's how the Pac-12 tournament works, though. After the first game, you just kind of keep playing and see who you're going to play next.
What do you like about the way this team is playing? Last year, we've gone over that far too many times. You guys went in on a down note. You guys have won 4 in a row going into this tournament. You like the way this team's playing?
Yeah, I like the way we're guarding.
Yeah.
We're really sitting down in the second half. It's been fun.
What would it mean to you in your final season to go and make some noise in the postseason? You've never been to the NCAA tournament. You're going to be there. That's going to happen. What's that all going to mean to you, do you think?
It's going to mean the world. Every young kid dreams about playing in the NCAA tournament, and we're finally going to get to do that.
I love it. Well, all right. This season, let's make sure it's not open for a long time, okay?
Got you.
All right, there he is, Desean Schwartz, senior from Colorado Springs. Been a great one for the Colorado Buffaloes as they get set for the Pac-12 Conference Tournament on Thursday night, taking out either Stanford or Cal. Coming up next, we're talking cross country. Head coach Mark Wetmore will join us next.
And this year, he is the best. Eduardo Herrera will be the 2020 Pac-12 Men's Cross Country Champion as Colorado goes back-to-back. Somewhere, Joe Klecker is smiling and says, "Attaboy, Lalo!"
There is the home stretch of the Pac-12 Championship of the men's race. Lalo Herrera is your 2020 Pac-12 Men's Cross Country Champion. Back at the Buffalo Stampede, voice of the Buff, Mark Johnson. His proud coach, Mark Wetmore, joining us for a couple of minutes. That was pretty special, wasn't it?
It's hard to win the Pac-12 as a team or as an individual.
Sure.
We went a long time, 7 or 8 years before Klecker won it last year. I guess Lalo was the favorite, but Stanford's loaded, Washington's loaded, Oregon's loaded. It's hard to win.
He talked after the race a bit. We're going to hear some comments from him, though, finishing 13th a year ago. And then obviously learned a few lessons from something like that. Talk a little bit about the race that he ran out there to win this championship.
Well, before I talk about the race, I should say that 13th a year ago would not normally project to first this year.
Right.
When we got shut down in March of 20, he did something that almost no one else did. He went home, raised his game, trained the hardest he's ever trained.
Wow. 11
and a half months, came back a different guy.
Yeah.
So in the race, he just felt everybody out. It's kind of hard for non-runners to understand how you can feel what other people are doing. I guess at the bottom of it all, there's sensory data. You can hear their breathing, you can hear the rhythm, tell if they're looking up or looking down. Anyway, he waited until the information was right, squeezed it, no response, off to the win.
So in a race like that, how much is feel, how much is a pre-conversation with you and him talking about what the strategy is?
It's different with every athlete.
Okay.
but he's been around a while and he's run a lot of races, and I talked to him beforehand and he told me what he was going to do, and I didn't feel like refuting him, and I'm glad I didn't.
That's good coaching.
Yeah, best. Yeah, shut up and drive the bus.
That's right. Stay out of his way. He knows what he's doing. And afterward, here are comments from the 2020 Pac-12 Men's Cross Country Champion.
I wanted to make my move at 5K to go, but it was a little earlier. I saw the Stanford Charles. I thought he made his move there, but I think he was just trying to get in the lead and stay comfortable. But I've been working really hard over the summer, and I was confident with my strength, so I didn't have a problem with taking off after 4K to go. So I just wanted to keep pushing the tempo. I was throwing in surges to see if he was gonna hang on, and I just made it a strong race, an honest one. I've seen a lot of veterans come before me, and Joe Klecker and John Dressel, great leaders. He's always giving me some messages right after my races, congratulating me on those races, and I appreciate the friendship that we have. It's great. He's a good role model. I look up to him, and I'm just trying to do what he did here at CU. I remember being a freshman, and I was scared running with those guys, and I think as I got older, I started to realize that I too can be there. So just confidence and just kind of a belief in myself that I can do anything I put my mind to. So.
Lalo Herrera, the 2020 Men's Cross Country Champion, and there are questions about that. That is technically your 2020 champion, correct?
What do you call it? It's in March of 21, but it's held over since 20. There will be a 21 in October coming, so this was 20B.
20B, all right, and 21 coming up in October. Comment then, we talk about Lalo and what he did. How about the men's team? How'd you feel about the way they finished second?
Well, as I said earlier, this is a tough conference. There's 4 nationally ranked teams on both sides. We went in ranked second in the women's race and third in the men's race. The men finished second. They beat Washington by a very narrow margin. Yeah, I know, second's pretty good, but first would have been better.
He's used to winning those championships. That's what we're talking about here. On the women's side, Rachel Mcarthur was the top finisher for the women. Comment or two about the women's team.
Well, like I said about Lalo, Rachel did a lot of great work in the last 9 months, a lot of that on her own, as did everybody on the team. It's been so hard, absolutely the hardest year in my 130 years of coaching, it feels like. We were all just tired, and she had a good run. The people who were ahead of her were very good. She's taken a big step to become our leader, but the best is coming for her in the future, too.
Well, what's coming in the future is also the NCAA championships next week in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Talk about the race and the course you're going to be running there in Stillwater.
This is the 2020B NCAA championship. Stillwater has a beautiful, I hate to say it, beautiful purpose-built course, hilly, difficult, good for us, particularly if the weather that's forecast for Boulder over the next few days works its way to Stillwater by Monday.
That's right. We got snow coming here. Maybe it will be kind of ugly there in Stillwater. Whatever the weather, Coach, best of luck in the NCAA championships.
Thank you.
All right. Mark Wetmore, he and the CU cross-country teams in Stillwater for the championships. Coming up next year to Stampede, we're talking women's basketball. Maya Hollingshed will join us next.
We just told the team, like, we're win or lose this match, 4-3, 3-4, doesn't matter. We're so proud of the progress this program made today. Just stepping on the court and believing that not only we belong, but that we can win these matches. And that's a huge step forward, huge mental step forward for this team. And good things happen when you believe and you play aggressive. And we had them on their heels from the get-go. At the end to finish, Kai and Maria, that I'm so proud of them, and that was very tough.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1!
Well, some great images there as Colorado Tennis knocked off number 12 Cal last weekend back into Stampede. Voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. Maya Hollingshed joining us from the CU women's basketball team. They're coming off a 10-10 season, 8-8, 500 in the Pac-12 conference. And now here you sit, you just kind of wait for a while. It's kind of this lull in the middle of the storm right now, figure out what's going to happen with postseason, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like unsure right now, but we're still practicing this week, trying to figure out just in case we do get selected for anything. Like, you know, we're prepared and we're ready to go.
Has it hit you yet? I mean, this is your senior season. I was giving her a hard time before we went on. I said, this might be the last time we ever meet on camera again. Has it hit you at all?
Not really. I don't think. I think just like it's just a routine now. I don't really think about the years and stuff like that. But I do know it's my final year, so each day it gets closer to ending. It just makes it more, you know, sad for my teammates and stuff as we continue to think about it. Especially like if our season does end up ending the way we don't want it to, then, you know, it'll definitely be heartbreaking.
So as you sit here today, 4 years, it goes by in a blink of an eye, doesn't it? I mean, you got here as a freshman. I was joking with the JR last time we were on the coaches show. I said, you know, they walk in here as girls, they leave as women. What comes to mind for you as you think about your 4-year career?
I definitely think it has helped me on and off the court. Definitely off the court more than so on. It's definitely been a good experience, I think, in the end. Just when I think about how high school, the 4 years, you don't really think about it, and it's like so long. But then when you come to college, it's like you think it's going to be so long as well, but then it just flies by in a blink of an eye. It's already your senior year. So I just, you know, cherish every moment. I love my teammates, love my coaches. Wouldn't be here without them. So they push me every day to just keep going, and that's why I don't really think about my senior year being senior year. It's just like another year.
Isn't it amazing when you get here, though? You think you really know the game of basketball, and then you find out what this level's all about, and you realize, yeah, there's the physical aspect, but boy, at the college level, at this level, there's a lot going on up here, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. It's definitely like a lot of mental game that goes into basketball that I've learned over the years. But at first, it wasn't really like anything mental. You know, your freshman year, they tell you just have fun. You know, don't think about a lot of things. It's gonna be a lot when you first come in, but you know, don't let the pressure overwhelm you and stuff like that. So just have fun. So over the years, you start to build and you start to learn. Just watching like a lot of film, being in the games, having a lot of experience. You know, it just comes second nature after a while, and then they're gonna be in their senior year, and they're not gonna be thinking about anything.
We'll continue to talk with Maya Holling. Should mention off the top that tennis knocked off Cal. So did soccer, by the way. Danny Sanchez and company knocked off the number 10 ranked Bears.
Cal was a really hard-fought game. I think it was a really good test for us, and I think that was the best that we played. And we really just came out with a different energy than we had in the previous games, and that definitely translated into our win and just playing better together overall as a team. Stanford's always a big game. Everyone knows Stanford and what they're all about, and we really just went in with we have nothing to lose mentality, and I think that definitely showed on the field, and we gave them a hard time, and it was unlucky for the last goal to come, but it was with a few minutes left in the game, so we really gave them a hard-fought battle all the way until the final whistle, and we even had another chance, I believe, with 1 minute left in the game with a breakaway, so it easily could have been a 2-2 game. I'm just really proud of the team and the effort that we showed and the competitiveness that we brought to that game.
So nice win for the CU soccer team as they knocked off the number 10 ranked Bears. Let me do that again. 3, 2, 1. So nice win for CU soccer as Danny Sanchez and company knocked off the 10th rated Cal Golden Bears. We continue for a couple minutes with Maya Holling and the CU women's team. This is kind of season for you guys, talking about finishing 8-8 in Pac-12 play.
I think it's been one of our better seasons. You know, each year we've learned from last year and just try to build and be better than last year. So I think each year is, you know, we continue to grow, continue to develop a culture within the basketball community, and it's just been great just to see everyone learn and grow and just want to be better and want to have, you know, NCAA, you know, goals as in the end. So I think that's always the best thing.
Is this kind of a strange period? I mean, you know, the Pac-12 tournament comes to an end rather quickly for you guys, and now you sit here for what, 2.5 weeks, and just kind of wait. You're in limbo right now. It's kind of a strange period, isn't it?
Pac-12 tournament, you know, didn't end how we wanted it to end, and so, you know, we're still kind of heartbroken about that loss because we knew what we needed to do in order to go to the NCAA. But, you know, now that that's not the case at this time, you know, all we can do is wait and hope and pray by Selection Sunday this weekend. Like, we'll see where we end up and pray for the best. So, yeah.
So when the playing career is over for Maya Holling, we hope that years down the road, right? When that finally comes, what's Maya Holling going to do?
I don't know. Probably be traveling the world somewhere, you know, so I don't want to be, you know, too confined in the States, you know, COVID going on, but just definitely want to travel the world and, you know, see other things outside of, you know, what I've been limited to, and just, you know, explore all my options, and, you know, it's time to do it, especially now, and then when I get older, I can say that I've done all these things and I've lived to see
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, congratulations on a great career. It's not over yet. All right, keep up the good work. You've been a great representative for the Buffaloes.
Best announcer at CU, y'all. No, okay.
Nice of you to say. Maya Hollingshed, as we put a wrap this week in the Buffalo Stampede, I'm voice of the boss, Mark Johnson. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you next time.